This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. Self-identity or self-knowledge is the mental ability to recognize self-attributes in life. One can identify self-attributes through introspection and also by the use of ordinary senses such as taste, feel, touch, sight, and smell to come up with a self-assessment. Self-knowledge is very necessary as it helps one to identify the strengths and weaknesses that one has because of imminent challenges in life. The nature of our minds and bodies has the potential to coordinate self-assessment and uniquely identify ourselves as different entities from one another, thus appreciating variations of our cherished attributes that exist in society. This nature of our minds or perspectives sums up the whole body of self-identity comes self-knowledge. Self-identity. Self-identity is a complex process of understanding oneself relative to the environment. The environment is composed of problems, challenges, and people to interact with meaningfully. In order to interact with people effectively, self-identity and understanding of their attributes will bring harmonious relationships. According to Coulibaly, the ability of self-identity is determined by an individual's innate attributes, depending on whether one is an introvert or an extrovert. People who have innate introvert characteristics can easily understand themselves as compared to people with innate extrovert characteristics. This means self-identity and self-knowledge are linked to innate characteristics and are factors to consider when assessing self-worth concerning others. Since introverts tend to be lonely and isolated, this allows them to think and reflect about themselves, making them easily understand their fears, weaknesses, strengths, and abilities in life. On the other hand, extroverts have many friends to talk to and share their fears, weaknesses, strengths, and abilities. Actively sharing allows extroverts to have meditation, just like introverts. The key to self-identity is constant meditation about personal attributes in both extroverts and introverts and transforming the abilities and capacities of oneself to a different level by optimizing them. Essentials of self-identity. Our minds and body are both essential components of self-identity. Our minds constantly meditate in trying to answer endless questions in life concerning the challenges we face. The challenges in life require solutions, compelling our minds to think continuously, otherwise, the issues that remain unsolved at the end of the day will depress us. Active minds are actively processing information to come up with possible solutions in the instances when we experience challenges or is prompted by our internal condition. The mind can keep memories as long as one is still living. These memories are very critical in the meditations as all past challenges and experiences have been recorded in the brain and hence can only be reflected whenever we think about ourselves. Memory can quickly and quite easily bring to our remembrance the challenges and experiences that can be applied to our present circumstances. Application of past experiences to present circumstances saves the brain from processing raw data to develop new solutions. Common senses in our bodies are necessary to meditate effectively as they input information into our minds to be processed. The eyes can see a given situation and relay the right message into our minds to be processed, and our minds cannot process information contrary to the one relayed to it. Similarly, hearing, smell, taste, and touch coordinate with our minds so that the right stimuli are relayed to the mind and processed appropriately, bringing about the correct perception and response to a situation. This complex coordination of the mind and body results in a clear understanding of the self. Importance of self-identity. Self-identity helps in the identification of varied self-attributes that determines who we are in society. The awareness of one's attributes is necessary for dealing with imminent daily challenges that cloud and flood our minds, since one can meditate to optimize the abilities and improve on the weakness. Without understanding personal strengths and weaknesses, trying to optimize perceived abilities will be a daunting task. Self-identity enhances our courage and self-esteem. With the knowledge of self, one can face reality with courage and confront whatever challenges crop up in life. High self-esteem can make us live better and happy lives due to the understanding of who we are relative to the perceived expectations. Lack of self-identity will greatly negatively impact our lives, as our abilities will be underutilized, resulting in poor personal development. Another benefit of self-identity is that it dramatically changes how we view others and challenges in life. Understanding one's attributes and, by extension, analyzing the attributes of others broadens our perception of life. We can use our own experiences when helping others identify and apply their self-knowledge in building their attributes. Harmful effects of self-identity. Self-identity can be very harmful to an individual who is battling a bad past. Since one cannot change the past but the present, meditation as part of self-identity can bring the bad past into remembrance. The haunting past cannot be changed as one tries to identify his fears, worries, strengths, and abilities with the aim of changing them for a better life. Our minds keep memories and can be refreshed if prompted. The haunting past is very harmful to our lives because our minds are taken back to a terrible experience that cannot be changed but can only be forgotten. The other problem with self-identity is overconfidence in life. Being overconfident can be so dangerous at times because one can underestimate the magnitude of a challenge or a problem, resulting in great disappointment in the end. People with great self-knowledge have a false perception of themselves as infallible and can despise the opinions of others. It is not easy to work or live with such people because they are always right and need no advice. An identity crisis occurs during the self-identity process or failure to identify oneself. The identity crisis is due to conflicting identities and uncertainties that result in strange behavioral and mental changes in an individual. This crisis needs a proper understanding of self in order to overcome it. Conclusion. Self-identity or self-knowledge is the mental ability to assess and characterize self-attributes in terms of strengths, weaknesses, fears, values, and abilities with the objective of improving our capacities. The capacity to face challenges in life depends on the degree of self-identity. The mind and body coordinate activities that lead to comprehensive self-identity, hence transforming focus in life to a better and happy life. If you want to find more works like this essay on importance of self-identity, head over to ivpanda.com. It has a collection of free samples with thousands of submissions covering virtually all academic subjects. No registration required to access it.